Hello, hello. Welcome to today's activation session for Women CEO. How are you guys? Happy New Year. Officially, I am back in my office, as you guys can tell. And I wanted to come on here and just say thank you for all the messages that I received. We are back in business officially. For those of you that are tuning in and you're new, hello, how are you? My name is Vanessa. I am the CEO. Good morning of Prosper Mama, and I teach women based on energetic concepts how to unblock the energy centers of sales, visibility, and confidence so that they can grow an online successful business without the self-doubt, without the procrastination, without the self-sabotage. What I do is I teach you concepts that you can put into practice immediately, and they will give you results, because what we do here every day, Monday through Thursday, is heart activation. It's called brain heart coherence, and that is how you change the electromagnetic field that every living thing has. And some people call it your aura, some people call it the energetic body, which is right outside of your physical body. Okay. And the cool thing about incorporating energetics is that you guys know that we are made of energy. The atom is 99.9% energy and 0.01% matter, which means that when we are focused on self-sabotage, I'm not enough, I'm not good enough, I can't sell, I feel embarrassed, I feel cheesy, I don't know what to sell. When we're focusing on all of those, we are giving our energy and our attention to something that is 0.01%. So it is my dream to have an audience that responds to this information, which is why, again, I am so grateful for you guys. TikTok literally and this community changed my business. So I'm eternally grateful for you guys. So this week we are starting out with a series called Root Chakra. And if you need to leave early, this every day we're going to be uploading on our podcast. Or you can also follow me on Instagram. My name is the same everywhere. And TikTok, Prosper Mama Meditation. On Instagram, Prosper Mama. And the podcast, Prosper Mama. So one of the best things that I can teach you is something called an energetic pattern interruption. And an energetic pattern interruption means when I don't see any difference in my life. I wake up and the same worries that I had yesterday, the same concerns, the same thoughts, the same situations continue to arise. And I want you to know why that happens. And the reason why I want you to know why that happens is because once you create an awareness, that means that your level of mind or your level of understanding is upgraded. And when we are stuck, when we feel stuck, have you guys ever felt like I'm stuck, nothing is working in my favor, nothing is going in the way that I want it to go, I don't see any differences, right? When we are there, what happens there? Thank you guys for the follow. Let me know where you're tuning in. I feel like I'm just talking today. And that when we are in a state of being stuck or in a state of being procrastinating or self-sabotage, what happens is the congestions of energy that are in our first energy center or chakra is the energy center that holds your, have you ever heard of it? The root chakra. It means how grounded you are, how belonging do you feel. And if you tell me, no, Vanessa, break that down into something even more simple, make me understand more in my day-to-day. So when a woman is growing a business, since we are more emotional than men, there's two things that I want you to know. There's no better salesperson than a woman. And when we feel salesy or cheesy, we are lacking confidence in the service or product that we offer others. And we also, if we peel the layers of the onion, we see that in the back part, what is going on is that we feel we don't belong, we aren't enough. And that represents itself in, I am stuck, I'm not moving forward, I'm a bad money manager, my finances are completely disorganized. It translates into real 3D blocks in your life that influence your business. And you're going to ask me why, and I'm going to tell you. So what we sense with our eyes, our ears, obviously our sense of taste, and our hands are our senses, right? So what plugs us into this 3D reality, or this reality that we see, is what we hear, what we see, what we hear, what we say. And this is a concept that is actually really easy, but for some reason, I want to say it's because we have been conditioned, right? What does that mean? You know, at age 35, you are already a set of beliefs and behaviors. What does that mean, Vanessa? It means that your automatic nervous system has created a Snapchat of the trauma in your life and has created a memory. And every time that you are triggered or that you sense some type of danger, your body associates it as it was living that same process in that same moment. And these hormones that are released when we are scared, when we are fearful, when we are in guilt, are hormones of cortisol and adrenaline. It not only ages us, but it makes us feel even more stuck. And I'm going to explain to you a simple concept of why, so that this frontal lobe starts understanding and you guys even believe this even more. Not because of me. I always say this, you never take anyone's truth as their ultimate truth. What you do is whatever resonates with you, you want to go and you want to create a model of understanding. Because when our brain is learning, it's like if the brain was having an orgasm. It loves to learn. But guess what happens? Since your brain is your mind in action, your brain is your mind in action. Its main purpose is to keep you safe. So when your body feels uncomfortable, there's an alert that goes off and says you are not safe. So your mind literally only occupies information that it feels is going to be crucial for you. If you do nothing with this information, even if it inspired you or make you, it makes you feel a little bit better because you have some type of hope where you're like, you know what, I am going to wake up better. I'm going to have better thoughts. I'm going to become conscious. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to feel empowered. If you do nothing with the information, after 48 hours, it's like if you never heard it. That's why when you go to a personal development workshop or something that makes you feel, higher vibration, more creative, more in tuned, if you do nothing with that information, then it's like if you didn't learn it, okay? So that's kind of my thing always. I always repeat it because it's important. This is about self-empowerment and this is about self-leadership. Why, Vanessa? Because to this day, I do not know someone that has been able to achieve her goals or to reach new levels in her business that hasn't been self-empowered or has a strong sense of self-leadership. And I'm going to explain to you, if you stay until the end, we're going to do a heart brain coherence, which is 3 to 7 minutes. It's usually 5 minutes. And when you do that, the important part is because when we activate what is called our electric body or we go into brain heart coherence, our body is able to reset trauma, the baseline for trauma. You are giving your automatic nervous system a break. And when we are in a moment of stress, when our root chakra is congested, ask yourself this. When you are going through a problem or a situation that you don't feel so empowering, how easy is it for you to stop thinking about that situation? And let me know below. I don't think it's that easy, right? All we do is, oh my God, what is going to happen? Oh my God, how am I going to solve this? And it kind of starts growing. And it gets to the point many times that it's like if our whole day was consumed with that situation, right? With what's going on. Has this happened to you guys? Let me know in the comments before I continue. So when we are in situations that we feel stuck and we're like, okay, I can't do this, what happens is our energy and our sight and our mind is convergent. And that means we cannot think of anything else other than the problem, the situation, and how you can get out of it. Happy New Year. When we are divergent, which means that you hear something or you move energy through meditation or you get into brain heart coherence or you ground yourself or you take your power back in the sense that instead of endlessly scrolling through Instagram or TikTok or any social media, you have decided that you're going to do something that actually makes you feel empowered instead of comparing yourself, imposter syndrome, all of that, right? That means that your vision or your energetic space is divergent. There is opportunity for you to see more. There's opportunity for you to literally think, okay, no, I can solve this problem, or I can, everything is fine. That's what happens when our energy is unconscious. And here's the thing, guys. Studies say that 80% of the population lives in an unconscious state. And let me break that down even more. You know, when you're in the car and you drive to work and you are driving physically, but your thoughts are in the things that you need to do, or in the children, or in the problem that you have in the office, or in the problem that you have at home, that means you went unconscious. Why? Because what you're doing is driving, but your consciousness is what? Somewhere else. It's attached to the problem, the situation, the person, the event. And during the day, that operation of being unconscious, according to science, is 80% of the population. And once we become conscious, we have the liberty, we have the self-empowerment, we have the knowledge to know that what I focus on expands. And that maybe up to now, I wasn't aware of that. But now that I am aware, or that I know, I can no longer not know. And now that I gave you that little prefaces or that little opener, in business, a woman that has a congestion of root chakra, an experience in the physical, feeling salesy, feeling cheesy, feeling stopping and starting, and the infamous imposter syndrome, and the other one is shiny object syndrome. I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but I did throughout my career as a coach and a healer for the last 9 years. I would self-sabotage myself with different things. And if you, again, look at it in an energetic standpoint, when we have congestions of energy, or the infamous your chakras are blocked, don't even get me into the chakras being blocked, because I feel that when people promote, let me unblock your chakras, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that, it's you giving your power of changing your life to someone external. And energy clearing, I am an expert in it. So I will go on head to head with anyone on this. Is a tool that you use, because when we think something, we create a thought. Right? That thought carries information in the form of a frequency. And when we say to ourselves things like, I can't do this, it's so hard, it's not working, let me try something else, no one is going to buy from me, this is too good to be true, whatever it is, right? Can I really develop this? Can I really do this? Can I really show up? Can I really be that leader? When we ask ourselves those questions, there's an intuitive process that has to happen, the thought. The thought carries energy, and the feeling that that thought gives you carries emotions that are, each energy center is connected to one of your hormone glands, okay? Each energy center or chakra is connected to one of your hormone glands. So when we have unprocessed emotions, that energy gets stuck, because each energy center has its own set of neurons, and this is all science. This is science. What do you do with this information? You and I are so blessed to be born in this era and have this information. Disclaimer, I believe in Jesus Christ. I love God. This has nothing to do in my life with not believing in God. If anything, I did a whole circle in my quest to answer questions, and I came back to the realization that He is so undeniable and that love is so powerful. So, and I just say this because a lot of there's a lot of uneducation. There's ignorance, right? So if you believe in God, please don't use this as, if I become aware of my thoughts and if I empower myself, then I'm straying away from God. No, not at all, right? Because our journey in life is, even God says it, right? Like the Bible, it's written, our heart's desires. And that doesn't mean the closer you are to God, the bigger your faith is. And in energetics, you need faith. You need to believe it before you see it. That's just part of life, right? But I can also not deny the information that we have, that we are made of energy, that these energy centers influence our physical, our mental, and our emotional life. So use these as tools for what you need. Use this as tools for what you need. You only take from here and from every space that I'm in what you need, nothing else. This is not about me. This is about me sharing information in the form of me living my dream, because you guys were my vision board. That's what I wanted to do, just share this information that was life-changing for me. So when I, 9 years ago, a lot of you know the story, but When I started Prosper Mama, I have 3 girls. And I was like, the only way that women can impact the generations that they're raising is for the person to have freedom. Money is freedom because you don't want the actual money. What you want is the freedom to do what you want, when you want, with who you want, right? That is the freedom that money brings. So it's very important that I empower you, your self-empowerment, so that you don't stop and start, so that you actually create a bigger sense of self-empowerment and self-belief. Because I see you and me and every human as limitless, right? I don't think we even have tapped into our potential. And I am lucky that I get paid to meditate and share this information. That is my dream. And I am here to tell you that if you put some of these concepts into practice, not only will you see a huge difference in your life, not only will it be by universal law, but your refractory period, or the periods where you're feeling stuck and not motivated or not creative, are going to shorten. That does not mean that life is perfect. You just sit and meditate and 6 figures are going to come down from heaven. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, when you believe in yourself, you are sending different information. And I do this example all the time. Thank you for the love. Thank you guys for the love. Thank you so much for being so supportive. Are you getting this? Is this good information? Let me know. What questions do you have? What is going on? Let me know below. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for the love. Remember, on Thursday, we're going to have every Thursday chakra healing sessions or chakra clearing. So if you don't know this, everyone can sense energy. We have minor chakras or energy centers in our hands, and our energy centers, you get certified so you know how to read it. And when there's disempowering beliefs or trauma or things like that, energy leaves clues. So at the beginning of my career, I became really obsessed with learning energy, and I really wanted to know, okay, how does this influence my daily life, right? Because I knew the concept, like, okay, energetics, and I little by little found the answers, right? So when we are in alignment, that means that, how do you get unstuck from this energy congestion? Great question. Okay, so the first thing that I want you to do is, as entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs, we have 3 energy centers that are like the most important ones in business. How do you know this, Vanessa? Because when I became certified in energy healing, pranic healing, which is the modality of energy that I practice, when I became certified in that, I started to see that if I would clear these energy centers in women, they would have more sales, they would feel more confident, their relationships started to change. And then throughout the years, I was like, okay, of course, because confidence is directly related to how much money a woman is going to make. And confidence is stored in your solar plexus. It's your outer roar to the world. It's the energy that you emit when you're talking to someone, and that person knows exactly whether what you're saying is BS or whether what you're saying is true. The same goes for when we go into someone's space, right? Because remember, our energetic field, when it's expanded, it could affect up to, I thought it was 8 feet, but I was recently reading, it's almost 10 feet in wide. And when we are, in alignment, when we are creative, when we are excited, when we are no longer giving our power away to circumstances, no one can stop us, because your empowerment, your self-love, your leadership starts within. Everything that you see outside of your body, outside of your current reality, was formed through thoughts and environment that you are in. That should empower you, because change starts with one thought at a time. So when my energy in my root chakra is congested, and I know that in your root chakra, in your physical life, when you have a good, safe upbringing, right? You are grounded. You feel like you belong. That is my family. That's where I belong. And you take ownership of that. When your root chakra is congested, especially in a woman, she starts and stops. Why? Because the self-doubt. I can't do this. It won't work. It's too hard. I'm not sure how to find it or how to do it. The second thing that happens is, when we are overly concerned with what other people think, we are impacting our own form of self-leadership. Why is that, Vanessa? Because what you need is energy within. Why? Because each energy center carries emotions and thoughts. When it is activated, you feel empowered. You feel that you belong. You feel that you take the necessary steps because it's just part of the process, right? You understand that instead of scrolling endlessly, let me, have a strong mindset. Let me focus on my vision and what I have to do, right? When we are out of alignment, I wonder what this person says. So instead of our energy being incoherence, not incoherent, incoherence, which means that the networks of information in your brain are actually connecting and talking to each other, right? When our brain is in coherence, so is our body, so is our mind, so is our heart. And when you finish your Google brain heart coherence, and you'll understand a little bit more. When we are thinking about what other people say, what other people think, why is this happening? It doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just means that when you were growing up, you were probably had really a lot of obligation, and it was really for you maybe not a moment where you felt very safe. That impacts your life and how you show up as an adult. This is not an excuse for you to say, oh no, I had a traumatic childhood. That's why I can't move ahead. That's not how it works. I understand now why I have been feeling and acting like this for the past 30 to 40 years. But today I make the conscious decision to put these concepts into work to see if I can see a difference in my life. That gives you empowerment to even think that you are the co-creator of your life. You are. You co-create your life. I promise you. And if you don't believe it, read quantum physics. Read neuroscience. Read epigenetics. Right? I have realized this within God bless you, within my first 21 years of life. And I am so thankful. That is amazing. That is incredible. Why do I feel stuck within myself? Okay, so good question. So when we are, deciding, okay, I want to open this business, or I want to go for this, or I want to be the representative of this, or whatever it is, right? Listen to this. We only receive, thank you, amen. We only receive what we feel worthy of receiving. And the only person that can make you feel worthy is yourself. Nothing outside of you, because then that would mean that there's not self-empowerment. It's dependent on the situation outside, and that is erroneous. What you can control is what you do control, which is, no, let me wake up, and now I know that I have the power to send an intention through the day. You have the power to set an intention of how you want your day to go. What you can't do is say, okay, I did it, but I didn't see it right away, so maybe this doesn't work. That's not how it works, right? It's not. It's, okay, I'm going to try this, and it's understanding and being grateful to yourself that you have been programmed for the last 35 years or 40 years or however old you are. So you're going to tell me that in one day everything is going to completely change? No, it's called grit. It's called self-love. It's called saying I'm stuck and tired of being where I am, and now it's time for me to do something different. When people feel uncomfortable, that is your GPS in life. I'm going to give you an example. When I started doing energy healings or meditations on TikTok, guys, that takes courage, right? Because I don't know a lot of you, and it was putting me, right? I had to be vulnerable, really being confident in my abilities in a surrendered way. What does that mean? When I do an energy healing session on someone, I'm not worried about, oh my God, this person understood it, or this person knows exactly what's happening, or I healed this person. No, my intention is that I be a vessel of information for anything that needs to come through me, for you, come, right? When you have that courage to do you think that didn't make me feel uncomfortable? I felt so, I was like, oh my God, what are people going to say? Oh my God, what are people going to think? Oh my God, what? And then I was like, no, this is it. This is for that surrendered state. This is for the person that's going to listen to it and do something with it. That was my intention. That's still my intention today. As a matter of fact, I never, ever, ever look at how many people are connected. That was one of the things that my mentor and my coach told me. And it's about a surrendered state. It's about the intention. Intention carries energy. Don't you wake up and leave your day to libre albedrío, which is, I don't know how to say that in Spanish. You have the power to set an intention for your day. And when you go unconscious that you're like, oh my God, this is not working, I'm stuck, blah, 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 all of this, you reorganized, you redirect. Bro, let me stop thinking free will. Thank you, my love. Thank you, thank you. You know, that's how it is. So before I get into why you feel stuck within your body, which is such a great question, what difference is it when someone is with an aligned root chakra and someone is with a congestion of energy? That one has to do a lot with the money that we hold. It's our root chakra. We only receive what we're worthy of receiving. So when someone is activated, I have seen within the aligned CEO in the container where somebody went from making $800, $2,000 a month to making almost $12,000 in a matter of 6 weeks, right? The person had to take self-leadership, had to take courage. The person had to do the imperfect action or take the steps. What does that even mean, Vanessa? I'm a firm believer that video is the way that you sell, or the way that you bridge the gap between someone knowing you, liking you, and trusting you, which are the three differentiators wherein someone is going to buy a product or service that you sell. And video shortens that gap because you guys, through video, we are able to kind of relate more. So when someone is self-empowered, they're not concerned with what people on the other side are thinking. They are very entregados, or very aligned with their vision. And it's more of a dance with that universal love and that God and that supreme power, in the sense that I am showing up because my job is not the how will it happen. That's not your job. Take that control issue and congestion of energy in your solar plexus. You have control over nothing, my love. I am very sorry to tell you this and break it to you. That's even better. That's even better. So when we are thinking, how does it have to happen and when will it happen? That is not your business. If you want to play by the rules of quantum physics, which is what you're made of, it is acting as if, not faking it until you make it. No, it is teaching your body energetically how that would feel like. Because a clear intention and an elevated emotion, like Dr. Joe Dispenza explains, by universal law, by law of nature, will bring to your reality what you're looking for. How many times have you heard what you're looking for is looking for you? How many times have you heard it? That's what it means. You know, when people say, oh, you have to be an energetic match, that is not cliche. It means that our emotions are determined in a scale of consciousness. When someone wants love, they don't want to think about, oh my God, the relationship and this and that. They want joy. Love brings joy. You feel joyful, you feel full, you feel fulfilled. When someone wants money, it's not about, how am I going to get it? And I have to pay the bill and I have to do that. No, it's about, oh my God, I'm already there. How would I act? How would I feel? That is creating a new information in the field. And everyone is connected by the field. So why do I feel stuck with my energy? Was a question from someone here. Listen, first of all, great awareness. And second, let me explain to you the science or the energetics behind it, and maybe that will change a little bit of your mindset. So we always go into these kind of little sessions in a sense with very much grace and compassion to ourselves, because what you didn't know, you didn't know. And when the body is addicted to the stories of the past and the trauma of stress, those stories, now science tells us that in our brain, they have created an addiction as strong as a chemical addiction, okay? And when that happens, it's hard for us to let go unless we move energy. And maybe this is a little bit, a lot for the first day, but it doesn't matter. Are we clear until now? Are we clear? Let me know. Are you understanding this? Is this clear? Let me know before I continue. Is it true healing energies attract hurt people that need healing? I think that, yes. I started reading Evolve Your Brain. Amazing. Have you read Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself? That's my favorite. Yes. Okay. Thank you for the share and the love, guys. Thank you for this. Welcome back. Okay, so we're making sense. Good, 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 good. Okay, so listen to this. When we hear this from a place, when I move in my chair, is because you guys will know it's because I feel on fire. So when you, and by the way, I think I'm a teacher. That's my thing. I think that my job is to teach, right? You guys will hear that a lot as well. So it's hard for me to say this, but I'm stuck in some place where I can't hold a relationship. It's okay. That means that is self-awareness. Don't judge yourself. Don't judge yourself. We'll get to that one, okay? So, Andrea, okay, so listen to this, guys. The first 3 energy centers that we have in our body are called survival centers. What does that mean, Vanessa? It means that hardship, trauma, matter to matter is stored there. In the positive, it's where you get strength and where you create life from and where you have your inner roar to the world, right? So in the positive, it's good. Of course, we want that. When we have, for whatever reason, stored emotions or trauma or congestions of energy, we are in survival. Survival is a mechanism that humans have and animals too. But I learned this like this, and I think it's cool to learn it like that. It's easy. You know when a dog sees another dog and they bark and they can get, I have a Pomeranian, you guys already know her. So, you know, she gets all feisty, blah, 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 for a few minutes, and then you see that they shake it off. They've regulated their automatic nervous system, and then she goes and takes a nap. She's not worried or concerned, oh my God, the animal's going to come back, the dog is going to come back, right? Like, there's no worry in my dog or in your dogs or anything like that. Hello, my love, good morning. So we as humans, guess what? As humans, we have not yet learned to turn that system off by itself. So when we have been exposed to a lot of trauma, a lot of hardships, our automatic nervous system is affected. And when we feel stuck, we are living on these survival emotions. And survival emotions means we are constantly distracted. It's hard for us to be in the present moment. We are constantly worried about the future, or have this sense of something bad happening. And we direct our energy to worst case scenario. I want to tell you that one of the things that I learned best from this, or one of the tools that I am so grateful, is that for me, my automatic default, and you guys can tell me if this is yours as well, was to always revert or go to worst case scenario. Like if my husband didn't come home in time, I wasn't thinking like, oh my God, he's cheating on me. I'm like, oh my God, he got into a car accident, he can't call me. Or if the girls, they called me from school just to like, I don't know, tell me something. I'm like, oh my God. So for me, it was always worst case scenario. I'll share why. One of the reasons is because when I was little, I had a car accident and I had PTSD from the car accident. And of course, I was constantly in survival, right? Survival emotions. That is why we feel stuck. We don't love ourselves. It's not because we're bad. It's that there's no such thing. It's just lack of awareness. Here's what I want to tell you, the truth. It takes a huge effort, a conscious effort for you to change, because the addiction to the stories of the past, I can't do this, it's so hard, no one loves me, I don't love anyone, I don't feel grounded, I start and I stop, shiny object syndrome, I am not, I can't go through with my word. That little voice that you hear constantly is when your brain is out of order and that voice takes over, right? So the desire for me to change my life is a 6. The stories that I have been living with and the why it's so bad stands in my energy center as a 9. So what does that mean? Okay, today I meditate, but then tomorrow I go back to the same. Okay, today I do my live video, but then tomorrow I completely forget it. Okay, today I am in the present moment, and then you need to know that you have to teach your body, rewire new information in your brain. You don't have to know how to do it other than sitting and meditating. When you meditate, you are able to move energy that it is congested or stuck. This is a real thing. Meditation is used to make more money, get more clients, become more confident, be more visible. The unknown, the manifestation is where you is meditation, right? You don't use it just because you're stressed and you want to relax, even though that absolutely does the work. But that's the tool. Why, Vanessa? Because your internal desire has to be stronger than the addiction that you have to why nothing is working. And that in a woman just means that when you start feeling that you're like, okay, I'm out of control, out of balance, I'm not in alignment, I'm super stressed, I'm thinking really negative, you do something about it. My suggestion is that you start your day every single day by emitting new energy, because by law, you will see new things. You start with the self-love and self-empowerment and sitting and meditating. First, when we are meditating, we are able to access our subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind is 95% of the person in charge in our lives until we're like, no, not anymore, right? So little by little, what someone says, oh my God, no, why am I so concerned with charging what I charge? Or why, and this is all like related to my field, right? Women in my field, which are healers, small business owners, and coaches. When you change the energy that you emit, you will fall in love with the co-creation ability that you have, because you will start seeing validations. So I can relate. My son needs to practice driving and my anxiety takes over. I've had several accidents. Yeah. For me, it was that. So why did I share that? Because I want you to know that many times I also catch myself like, oh my God, no. Just yesterday, I was speaking with my husband outside. That's kind of like our time to talk. And I was telling him, like, for me, I still am aware that one of my default systems is worst case scenario. So what do? Oh my God, no, I'm aware. If I constantly emit that information, I'm going to get validation of that information. Worst case scenario. And I don't want that, right? I want limitless. I want opportunity. I want creativity. I want to see the divine in my life. I want to, right? I'm very clear on that. Which leads me to, I have about 15 minutes, which leads me to the second subject or topic that I wanted to talk to you guys today about. If you are not clear on what you no longer want, I promise you cannot get clear on what it is that you want. So before you do anything else, I want you to brain dump and get really clear on what you no longer want. And that doesn't mean that you have to show that paper to anyone. It doesn't mean, you know why? I'm going to explain to you the energetics. If you are like, oh, I'm not sure what I want, or no specific things, right? You're very welcome. If you are not sure, then what we have is congestions of energy in forms of thought. I want this, I'm not sure, maybe this, no, I'm not good at that, maybe that, no, I can't do it, maybe this, no, again, my bills are going to be late, no, I don't have the money, right? When we're in that scenario, we're going to see more of that scenario. It amazes me that we are having that conversation. Yeah, I will right now. So let's backtrack a little bit. When we are not clear on what we want, there's no clarity. And just as an FYI, you carry your vision and your goals in your heart. That's the center. You also carry your relationship with your children there. But that's for Thursday chakra reading. So if you are not clear on what you no longer want, then there's no way that you know what you do want. There's no way, even energetically, because what you're doing is thinking only of what you no longer want, right? That's holding up all your space. What do you want? What is it? If you allow yourself to believe that you are limitless and that you are the co-creator, what do you want? That takes courage. It takes your solar plexus being active. That's what it does, right? Because it's courageous. And you need to have confidence in yourself to say, this is what I want and this is what I'm going for. And that is my invitation to you today. That's it. Get clear. If you need more clarity, there is a journal in my profile, which is incredible. And it's a brain dumping journal, a goal tracker. Listen, everybody now is in, oh, new year, new goals. Can I tell you, because I'm like a science freak? At day 12, the majority of the population has given up on their New Year's resolutions. Day 12. That's it. Not you. Not if you're here. Because your most valuable asset is time. And if you've been here for the last 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever time, you can't leave here without not knowing. Now you know. So now the ball is in your court. If you incorporate these processes, if you do it, will your life completely change? Yes, 100%. 100% it will change. Because you are emitting new energy. Not because I told you, not because this person told you, not because of anything else. That's what it is. When you have confidence, you're not thinking or concerned about things that you can't control. You know that if you are being led and you ask for validation, that you are on the right path. And FYI, if you feel uncomfortable doing something that you know internally is for your growth, do that every single day. Every single day. Break the chains of energy that the beliefs that are holding you back have. Yes, put in the work. But the reward is amazing. You feel happier. You feel excited. You feel creative. Your clients look for you. You make a lot more money. You're not even concerned about that. It's kind of like it just comes. Life is good when we become aware of the power that we have and we stop giving our power away to what this one thinks, what this one says, what are they going to think, what are they going to say. I don't care who thinks or doesn't think that energy is real. That person is not paying my bills. I could care less. Like, I respect it. I understand it. Yes! What if you went from being booked all the time to having less clients a week? What shifted? I don't know. And that would be something I wouldn't be able to tell you here what shifted. But there's a lot of things, like the worry of you not being booked is something that I would take into consideration right now and be like, I am so excited. I feel so amazing. Imagine metacognition, the books being filled, and also take it from a self-empowerment and self-leadership. Like, where were my clients coming from? Where were they finding me? Is it because it's the beginning of the year? You know, like, is it maybe because how can I be 1% better each day? So it's different things. Okay, we are going to do a little brain-heart coherence, a little breathing in and out of our heart. And let me know what you guys thought of today's session. It's going to be on the podcast. I'm also going to send out my first email today because I am not the best for that. But they're going to be in form of videos. So if you haven't, I don't know, if you want to be on our mailing list, then you just can get the free meditation on my TikTok page. How do you suggest handling negative intrusive thoughts? When you meditate, you lower your brain waves and your body goes from being in high beta or high stress and not being able to be present and intrinsic thoughts. Because when we are in brain heart coherence, our amygdala, which is the center where we hold guilt and fear and anger and sadness, is shut down. So those intrinsic thoughts get closed down, literally, even if it's for the time being. And your brain waves are no longer out of alignment, which means erratic. So when we are calm, when we are present, when we are in the moment, the intrinsic thoughts usually don't come. It's more when we are altered, in a state of altered, which means I can't do this. Oh my God, it doesn't happen. It's all those things, right? Which we all know because we're all human and we all experience it. There's no way that I'm trying to say here, no, I don't experience that. That's why I meditate, because I experience it. Oh, I'm so happy that you guys are here. I always say this. You guys are my dream. So for me, it's like a pleasure to be here with you guys, to be honest with you. Okay, let's do this. Then I'm going to go quickly over to Instagram. And then I have sessions for the Line CEO. So let's get this done. Got here late. Oh, you can hear the podcast later, okay? So if you want to, Prosper Mama on any podcast place. Okay, so the first thing that I want you to do is put your hands over your heart just to bring awareness there. And remember, what you think of, you energize. And we are going to breathe into our heart And imagine that our heart was expanding with every inhale. Hold. And exhale. And again, it is gentle, it is in the moment, and it is expanding your heart. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And I want you for a moment to imagine that you have a violet light in form of a waterfall, and it starts on the top of your head, on your crown, and it goes through the middle of your body, through your pineal gland, your third eye, your throat chakra, your heart center, your solar plexus, your sacral center, your root chakra. And it's just the beautiful violet light that connects us to love and to peace and to the present moment. And we can actually see how we are flushing away. Try to sense how this violet light feels. And now I want you to sit in a circle with 7 people around you. It could be different versions of yourself. It could be someone you want to forgive. It could be someone you want to love more. Your children, your friends. There's anyone that you wish. If you want to connect with yourself more, you can imagine yourself in different versions at 7-year-old, at 12, whatever you are called to in this moment. And I want you to know that when you look at that person, when you make eye contact, your light is extending to them from your heart. So you're going to make eye contact with each person in that circle. Each time that you make eye contact, each person is going to be lit up. You're transferring your light. Don't forget to continue breathing in and out. And when you are finished, I want you to set an intention for the day. What do you want to feel more of today? More love, more joy, more creativity, more self-empowerment, more sales, whatever it is that you desire. And now I want you to imagine a moment where you felt so grateful. The birth of your child, the birthday, your graduation, your wedding, it doesn't matter. Just a moment in time where you felt so connected and so full of life and so excited. And let that bask in. Just feel how gratitude feels in your field, how gratitude feels in your body. And now we open a portal of gratitude. Doesn't matter what we're grateful for. We are grateful for this day, for having 24 hours, for the health of our family, for having a shelter, for having a vehicle, for having water, for having food, for having technology, for having a community, for reconnecting with our life's mission or purpose, for living in the state, for having a job, whatever you're grateful for. And imagine that energy that you are emitting is expanding and expanding and expanding. And gently come back when you can to the present moment. And before opening your eyes, you're gonna have a big smile, knowing that you just changed the energy that you were emitting. And little by little, when you feel called to, you can open your eyes in full gratitude. How was it? There's always a before and an after in the meditation. There's always a before and an after. So as you go, you're very welcome. As you go doing it, right, you're going to feel more. You're going to start teaching your body. And be mindful throughout the day. Oh my God, wait, am I feeling like less stressed? Am I feeling a little bit more excited? Am I feeling a little bit more comfortable? Okay, because what you focus on expands. Before I go, a quick reminder. The round for the Aligned CEO starts January 22nd, I believe, or 23rd. So, con todo el gusto, con todo el gusto. That is only by application. And I say this because usually when I do a live, then I get like a little rush of people. This is only for application, by application only. So if that's something that you're interested in, just know that it's by application. Only because I want you to have the most amazing results. And saying sometimes you're not ready yet, it's not bad. I don't want to take your money and not give you results. Okay, I'm going to put the podcast today on the podcast later on after I finish like my coaching and stuff like that. So if you want to go back and see it, you can. This will, anytime you do a meditation, it stays 30 days energetically charged. So, and just a little extra tip. If you are a business owner, or if you have a meeting, or if you want to get a new promotion in work or whatever, before you go into the meeting, do brain heart coherence. Like imagine that person in a violet light and breathe in and out of your heart, and then tell me what happens. Okay, my loves, I will talk to you guys tomorrow, 10 a.m. Register for the meditation. I'm going to put the link in TikTok, so you just register, so you don't need to